All right, all right. Welcome to Know Your Blood Type presentation tonight. I will be your presenter for tonight. My name is Kayaetta Cooks. I joined Akana in 2024. About June is when I met Akana. I walked into, I was invited to a purple party. It was a Prince party, but really, Akana doesn't do anything without a purpose, right? So they were inviting people there so that they can introduce to them something that changed my life, right? So I met our amazing CEO and my amazing mentor, Minister Mooney, our amazing CEO, Melissa Boston. I met them that night and my life was forever changed. Here's why. Shortly after I learned my blood type, I am an AB positive, which is a rare blood type. It's the rarest. 4% out of the population are AB positives that we know of, right? And our diet, AB positive or negative, our diets, especially negatives, we have the most sensitive dietary needs, right? So I found out quickly that some of the reasons why my blood pressure was uncontrollable, why my weight was uncontrollable, why I was worried after losing my father and my mother, one to cancer, one to congestive heart failure, and at 49, wondering, am I next? Because I was having all these health issues, right? Come to find out that my diet was so crucial to me. Knowing my blood type was crucial to me because unbeknownst to me, I was eating against my blood type. So I was slowly killing myself, right? At 48, 49, wondering if I am next to die with a 30-year-old and a 25-year-old who I love so dearly, son and daughter. And I was educated on detoxing my body, cleansing my body. In fact, I was blessed to get what we call a comprehensive health test. And that comprehensive health test identified that I was dealing with heart disease, that I was borderline diabetes, and I was on my way to a shortened life. Now, to actually have that told to me was one thing, but to see it was another. And I remember Minister Mooney sitting down with me and saying, you need to make a decision and you need to make it now. Well, it didn't take me. I was already had my fears. I was already dealing with things he didn't even know about. I even remember Dr. Betty giving me a massage on the table in our soul massage. And I remember her. She didn't say much to me, but Dr. Betty, I remember the concern you had and how you used your skills to tap in and identify that I was on my way out of here. Well, what I did, ladies and gentlemen, is I threw a birthday party and I invited all my close ones, my family and my friends. Sabrina is one who's on the line now. She came to my party. And at that party, everyone learned their blood type. Sabrina is an AB sister like myself. And we made some decisions that night that we needed to change some things. Lo and behold, I did a 7-day detox. I changed my diet, right? And I started a different lifestyle change almost immediately. My life was changed. I lost 13 pounds in 7 days, 28 pounds in 30. My mental clarity was and is absolutely amazing. I'm full of energy. I'm able to handle life's cares, right? Above and beyond. And so I'm so thankful to God for this company called Akana. Akana means in the hands of God. And so tonight we're going to quickly talk about some health crises that we're ignoring, that most people, it could be ourselves or it could be your family and friends. We could be self-diagnosing ourselves. But the true fact, the horrible fact is there's four main crises. We have heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life for whatever reason, right? So we understand that heart disease is the number one leading killer, especially in our community, with cancer following shortly after, right? With nearly 600 to 700,000 deaths a year. And then we're talking about diabetes, not only affecting the older generation, but our babies are coming into this world dealing with diabetes at such an early age. And then a shortened life could be because of stress, could be because of violence. All of that is related to several things, but tonight we're going to highlight the number one problem, in my opinion, and our CEO, Melissa Boston, calls it suicide. Not genocide, but suicide. Why is that? Because we are digging our graves with a fork. Yep. I said it, she said it, we said it, right? It's what we're feeding into our bodies. So when you think about it, we have the original diet. Back in the days when grandma and big grandma, great grandma, right? When eating, the diet was totally different. You know, they planted vegetables and they planted fruit, right? And it grew from the ground and they picked it and they cleaned it and they ate it. And now, because of life's demands, because people are eating and consuming way more than they should, right? They got to keep up with life's demands. So they're spraying all kind of stuff. They are creating all kind of stuff, right? And here we are dealing with a new diet that is filled with absolute garbage. We're talking about trans fat. We're talking about all kind of stuff that's in the foods, and we're eating it because of a high demand. We're juggling home. Mothers are juggling going to work. Fathers are juggling going to work and taking care of the family, and who both are tired and to prepare a decent meal. So let's roll through the drive up. Well, that's something that we're faced with having to do. But here is a result: the result of eating, not just for our blood type or against our blood type, but just what we're eating alone is causing blocked arteries. In fact, if we look at health disease, if we look at cardiovascular disease, we got to know that in 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease because it's the silent killer. There's no alarm ringing, right? In fact, about 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. Don't even know it. And before you know it, the damage is done. But the person is totally clueless. Not just the person, but the family is totally clueless. All we know is mama, daddy, brother, sister, they had a stroke. They had a heart attack. Even my own my own sister at 45 is laying in a nursing home. Went to the store to go buy tacos, food for tacos. Told her kids she'll be back. My sister didn't come back and we didn't find her for 3 days. Come to find out, she had a blockage, a severe blockage that severed at 45, severed the main artery in her blood. So we need a miracle. So guys, pray for us because she has 5 beautiful boys. 5 beautiful boys, 2 under 10. Now, what I want you to understand is that normally parents' diets are your children's diet. So when I read this next statistic, it hits home different for me. See, we found out that an alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds are showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. And I want to ask you a question. Do you know the significance of age 45 for African Americans? Not just my sister. By the time the people in our community hits 45 in our community, statistics have shown that we are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about a medical term called atherosclerosis levels. And it's dangerous. Why is it dangerous? On this screen, you're looking at, to the left, a beautiful artery, unclogged, good walls, thin enough so that blood can circulate like it needs to. We call that optimal health. But as time goes on, right, and we're eating the wrong things, our lifestyle of stress, depression, anxiety, our body built up with inflammation, toxins, and what happens is over time, we begin to have borderline health. The walls begin to thicken and plaque begins to build up in those arteries. And before you know it, borderline becomes high and high becomes dangerous. And our arteries are completely blocked. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for that very reason why our CEO has positioned us to have presentations like this, because we are not taught in our community exactly what is going on and how we can prevent it. Not fix it, but prevent it. And so therefore, our vision is this. Our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. Through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. So we talked about the crisis. So now let's talk about 5 key reasons why these problems impact communities. Number one, there's a lack of understanding blood type. See, when I ask people, what's your blood type? Oh, if they do know, most people, 80% of the people that I ask, they don't know. They remember that it used to be on the back of our ID, or I heard it once or twice, but I don't know. Those that know, most of the time, it's linked to they donate blood on a regular basis. So they may say, oh, I'm an O blood type, right? So if I got any O's on this call, go ahead and represent in the chat, right? And we'll talk about those O's, right? Or you might, I'm a universal giver, or I'm a universal receiver. But did you know there is a rich history behind your blood type and how it's highly linked to your quality of health? And for that reason, Akana is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. So my question to everyone on this call, if you do not know your blood type, by the time I'm done, we're going to ask you, do you know your blood type? Do you want to know your blood type? Do you want to know what type of diet you should have? And do you want to make a decision to have an optimal health? So let's get into the blood type. And while I'm talking, if there's anyone that you know suffer from those crises that I talked about in the beginning, if there's anyone that comes to mind, I want you to write their name down, because we're going to have this presentation again Wednesday in person at our office on 35th Street. We're also going to have this presentation again on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. We're also going to have this presentation again on Saturday and on Sunday. On Saturday, it'll be 9 a.m. and Sunday it'll be again at 5. So now, are four blood types: A, B, O, and AB. Now, your blood type, whichever it is, we want you to know that it's a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA does. So let's get into the blood types. If you're an A blood type is considered to be an agrarian. They are nature's vegetarians, thriving on farming and cooperative living with inventive, adaptable, and community focused traits. That's how they're wired, that's in their DNA. And if you're a B, originally they were considered barbaric, right? But they have evolved into more of a balance nature, right? They adapted to harsh climates and diverse populations, harmonizing the mind's tensions with the immune system's demands. That's a type B. If you're a type O, you're the old blood, the oldest blood type, the most ancient blood type, the original blood type, right? So the O's can pump their chest, right? I'm an O, right? Evolved as hunters and gatherers with strong survival instincts and a fierce immune system, right? And then if you're AB, you're modern, like myself, the rarest blood type, emerging from the union of type A and type B, embodying complexity and adaptability. Did you know that about yourself, right? And now you're probably like, what else? Am I A? Am I B? Right? We want to definitely help you know that, right? So you're going to get back to the person that invited you on this call so that you know that you know that you know. All right, now let's get a little bit more into your blood types. See, I want you to understand that the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint is this. It is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat. And if those foods will cause three things: inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. Now, when we talk about those three factors, you have to know that all those things um, attack your immune system. Why is that? Because our immune system, right? It needs to be protective. And now when you eat food, there's things called lectins within your food. But our immune system is strong, right? It's strong. So it's designed to protect us from lectins. Because see, lectins attack our immune system. But our body will protect us from that, at least 95%. But there's a 5% of the lectins that are filtered through the bloodstream where they react with, not just react, but destroy our white and blood cells. Did you know that? Did you know that Dr. Peter J. Diadamo, when he came into this knowledge, and it's been research done for centuries on this, right? And when he came across it, he said, you know what? I've got to put a book together that identifies and simplifies this thing, because this thing is serious. So he came out with a book in 1996 called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Eat Right for Your Type, excuse me. It's 4 blood types with 4 diets. If you have not read this book or come across this book, we strongly encourage you to pick it up. But let's look at this sample avoid list. If you're an A, and you can feel free to take a snapshot. If you're blood type A, tomatoes, bananas, red meat, potatoes, shrimp. I want you to know that one person's food is another person's poison. So we have to realize that the foods are considered toxic for the various blood types. So those items I just named are toxic for A's. Chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, crustaceans, seafood for B's. It's like poison for your blood type. O's is catfish, avocado, oranges, white wine. White wine is like poison. Cashews is like poison to an O's. And ABs, I was just really devastated because I love everything on that line. Chicken, bananas, black beans, avocado, shrimp. And matter of fact, I was eating it almost every day because I understood that bananas had potassium in it and I was dealing with high blood pressure. Always loved my chicken, my wings fried hard with lemon pepper and mild sauce, right? And I absolutely love seafood. But I had no idea that I was digging my grave with my fork. So why learn your blood type? Because the power is in your hands. The power to do what? Break the generational cycle. So I want you to know that this call is not just for you. It is for you, your family, your friends, your community. It is for everyone that you know. So I want you to think about this. If they give you blood and it's the wrong blood, you got to know that it could kill you. Well, in the same breath, I want you to think about this. Well, if blood is so important, if you eat the wrong food, couldn't it be slowly killing you? Absolutely. Now, if this information is so vital, why are we just learning that food impacts my blood cells based on my blood type? Well, I'll tell you why. If it isn't taught in medical school or created in pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. In fact, the slogan that we can give this is big business equals profits over people. I'm sure all of this 5 things on the screen looks very familiar to you. Cigarettes, trans fat, 5G cell phones, GMOs, milk. Does a body good? Pass it on. Are they talking about you're also passing mucus and disease and infection and all kind of toxins in your body from milk? GMOs, they're creating things in the lab. Nothing is grown from the ground without all kind of pesticides and in the water and antibiotics. They're creating the food in the lab. Trans fat clogging the arteries, but they promote this stuff fast and ready. 5G, have access, go the distance, is hot and ready, right? Hot, ready, and dead, right? So we've heard all the why it's important, how it's important. What countries are actually adhering to the blood type philosophy? Well, we know that Japan is. And what we also know, the United States has one of the worst diets ever. So it's definitely not the United States. In fact, the life expectancy in Japan is 84.6. In fact, they enjoy so many of their centennials. They're hitting 100 and they're enjoying life. But here in the United States, we are our average life expectancy is 76. Horrible. Horrible. We're 50th in line. 50th country. And horrible. But then what's even more devastating is when you look at the African Americans, 71.8%, age 71.8 age. Why are we enjoying our loved ones at 80 and 90 and 100 years old? It's one of the reasons is we're eating against our blood type. So by following the blood type diet, here's what I can share with you and rest assured. There has been anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements. Millions of people that are adhering to the blood type practices. You can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. You can achieve your ideal weight. Yes, you can. And not only can you slow the aging process, Akana has found out a way how to reverse it. Reverse the aging process and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. Now that's number one problem. The second problem is what we call oxidation. We got dangerous levels of oxidation in our body. See, researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis. Any of that ring a bell for anybody? And many of the other problems associated with getting older is because of oxidants. So if oxidants is the enemy, then we need antioxidants to get rid of them. So when we look at antioxidants, we're talking about fruits and vegetables that are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. And some phytonutrients have shown to disable cancer causing substances as well. So instead of chemo, and we're not saying, don't do that, but even before cancer becomes an issue, can we make sure we have plenty of antioxidants in our diet? Number three, the lack of omega 3s. Omega 3 deficiencies. See, if we have plenty of 6 and 9s, right, all over the place, but not enough omega 3s. So here's what it looks like when you don't have enough omega 3s. Cardiovascular health, which increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. What about cognitive decline, where there's an increase in the risk of depression, anxiety, and Alzheimer's and dementia? This sound all up in our community. Does it sound like it? Right? Chronic inflammation, which accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease. Metabolic health, that contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. Not to mention non alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. I know people that haven't drank a day in their life. How are they passing away from a fatty liver disease? You're eating too much meat and lack of omega 3s. It's in the diet. The power is in the blood. Life and death is in the blood. What about immune function? Weakens the immune function. I'm getting sick after sick after sick after, making the body more susceptible to infections. What about bone health, which increases the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially in our older adults? They're being diagnosed so much of osteoporosis, it started to be accepted. Now that's a problem. Oh, I know once I get in my 70s, I'm probably osteoporosis. Okay, osteoporosis. I had it. My dad had it. My grandma. No, does not have to be. Well, let's talk about the fourth reason is an unhealthy gut, properly known as the microbiome. See, I want you to understand that 70% of our immune system that's being attacked in our gut. So we're talking about gut issues that arise when our diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fibers, probiotics, and prebiotics. Life is unfair to those unaware. Improper food choices. You don't know what you don't know. But I'm glad someone invited you on this call or sent this recording to you, because when you get back with them, you're going to have a talk about improper food choices just for you. And we'll get more into that. But signs of gut issues, digestive issues, weakened immune system, malabsorption, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, especially my ladies, autoimmune conditions. Guess what? We got to detox. We got to get that mess up out of our body so we can have a healthy gut. And the fifth reason is parasite invasion. And that is exactly what they're doing. They are invading our body. So if you have not detox, cleansed, intentionally killed parasites in your body, and you've eaten meat, red meat, or fish, or seafoods, you have parasites in your body. So here's what parasites do. First of all, it causes chronic infections and inflammation, which leads to heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. Then we're talking about the presence of parasites in autopsies. What? Corpses aren't eating, right? But guess what? The parasites still are. We're talking about the parasites are invading our organs, our brain, our lungs, and our liver. And when that happens, do you understand that parasites affect mental health? Because parasites in the brain causes depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. I know a lot of people will quickly say, "Oh, it's hereditary," or if no one knows how to eat for their blood type, of course it's hereditary, right? Of course. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be filled with anxiety. You don't have to deal with schizophrenia. Can we clean out first? Right? And let's position ourselves. So we talked about the crises, about the solution. Now I want to tell you, my mother always told me, if you bring a problem to me, you need to have a solution. And so Akana has done just that. Akana has identified in our amazing CEO and our amazing medical board, right? They have come together and we have identified 5 steps to generational health. Now, before I go into the solutions, I want to give this disclaimer. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. In fact, the information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or have a medical condition, please consult with your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. And of course, individual results may vary. Now, I do want to say this. We stand so strongly in what we have seen, what we're providing, how our products are some of the purest on the market, high integrity. Our products are made with high integrity, third party tested, that we will stand 10 toes down and we'll even work with your doctor, right, to make sure that we are providing a total solution for you. So let's get into the solutions. Number one is, do you know your blood type? See, we understand that your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. Number two, learn what's best for you. See, we understand again, food that heals one can harm another. So you need something that's customizable just for you, your blood type, your food, your health, your legacy. Number three, after you learn your blood type, see, I understand knowledge is they say knowledge is power, but in all actuality, applied knowledge is power, which means we got to do something about it. We got to take action. And so that action relates in the form of a purchase. Purchase the option that works based on your health goals. What is it that you yourself? Well, we've identified and simplified those solutions for you. Number one is going to be our blood type support. Now, this kit includes herbal tea, nutrition, and optional testing for our blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of not only your but your blood as well. So this kit and all that it does, it's only $59.95. Excuse me. It's only $59.95. And I'll tell you, it's loaded. It's loaded, right? It has a blood type test kit that will identify what your blood type. It has bitters. Those bitters are amazing. And I've had bitters before, but our bitters are absolutely amazing. Detox meal plan just for you. Sample meal replacement shake, which is called the fuel, and we'll get into that. An individual digital download just for your blood type. And option two is $49.95, and that's because it comes without the blood type kit. But I want to tell you this: if you have children, if you have grandchildren, if you have anybody that you care about, 9 times out of 10, they may not know their blood type. So I always encourage people, get that discount, that $59.95, right? And go ahead and pass it forward. If you already know your blood type, still get option number one and pass and pay it forward. Now, I also want to tell you that this weekend only, in honor of our CEO's grandfather, who was legendary, they laid him to rest Saturday on the 22nd on his birthday, 90 something years old, in his right mind when he made his transition. Because of the 22nd, our CEO is saying, I'm giving everybody 22% off. Now, if you're a new customer, never ordered with us before, you already get 10%. So they did not take that away, which means that you get a whopping 32% discount to jumpstart your health. And now that ends at midnight. So you want to get with the person that invited you and let them know, hey, I want to know my blood type and I want to make a decision to get started somewhere. So that's package one and two. Now let's dig a little deeper into what those packages include. Let's start with the bitters first. Now the bitters is your first detoxify. It's the first level of detoxifying your blood cells. The belly, and we call it the flat belly bitters. It's unique. It's proprietary, right? So there's none on the market like ours. And it is a powerful tool for a quick 4-day detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. So here's how it works. Number one, it's going to boost digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid, which are essential. Then it's going to regulate your appetite and reduce cravings for unhealthy foods. That's important because the more bad stuff you eat, it's so addictive. Your body craves that. You need help. You can't do it all on your own. Those bitters are going to help you. Then number three, support. It provides support for liver detoxification by filtering out the toxins from the blood. Then it's going to eliminate fat-soluble toxins through the digestive system. Then it's going to alkalize the body and reduce inflammation. Then it's going to improve your microbiome, which is your gut, by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. Now, you're probably thinking for $59.95 and 32% off if I'm a new customer, where do I sign up, right? We got you. We got you. But get a load of this. It gets better. I talked in the beginning about this bioscan that identified um where I was with my health, a screenshot picture of this. It showed my omega-3 panels, not just the 6 and the 9, but the 3. And we talked about the lack, the devastation of the lack of the omega-3s. So that's the gut check. How well is your gut? Well, I work out, I exercise, I'm feeling healthy. Are you? Let's check that out and let's see. Most people who we sit down that think that they're healthy, when they see the results, they're blown away. I didn't know that. Vitamins and minerals, heart, liver, and kidneys, a snapshot. Now, this says $1,000 value, but I'm going to tell you, when I got mine, it was invaluable. You couldn't put a price on it. Because where I thought I was going to be dying, I thought that I was dying and I wasn't going to be around for my daughter and my son who just lost their grandmother, who was everything to them. And my God, I got to be around for them. They can't take it if they lose me. I'm talking about what I was dealing with. When I saw that and was offered a solution, it changed my life. So I'm telling you, we have a special $189 if you just want the comprehensive test. We won't charge $1,000, $189, but we are so serious about walking with you through the journey of optimal health, making the change of sickness, that our CEO has put a deal on the line that's absolutely crazy, right? Enroll in one of our auto ships. You can add the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade. So you want to get with the person that invited you. Now let's talk about the fuel that you're going to get in this package. It targets 5 carriers, which is your blood type support, antioxidants, omega acids, gut health, probiotics, and fiber, and eliminates parasites. You're going to get a sample bag. They're saying, here, just test it out. Just try it for yourself, right? And it's the world's first product like this in Akana, which means in the hands of God. We're the first ones to put it out on the market. Now, those are our starter packets, but you may want to talk to the person that invited you and say, I got some deeper issues that I'm dealing with. And I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know that I need to do something more. Well, you probably want to do what I did, which is the 7-day refresh. Where you're going to get a personalized plan for your blood type, and also have this nutrient-packed program that helps cleanse your digestive system, boost your energy, and shed up to 10 pounds, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. See, on that right-hand side, you see a woman and you see that gut. We automatically know that gut is in trouble, right? But she decided to take a 7-day, and in 7 days lost 10 pounds of not weight, ladies and gentlemen, waste in 7 days. Of course, you're going to lose weight, but we're talking about 10 pounds of waste. So in this packet, you get a purifier, the liquid colonic, plus a full body cleanse, the eliminator that removes parasites and reduces mucus, the regenerator, which restores the body with superfoods, fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. And then you get a QR code that you can download for your own personalized blood type with a 21-day regimen, or you can use the neutral plan included in the pack. Either way, this 7-day is on sale for $119. And with the special that ends today by midnight, if you go ahead and purchase your product, you will get 22 to 32%, depending on if you're an existing customer or a new customer. So you want to go ahead and take advantage of that. And if you say, hey, listen, I am definitely serious about my health, and you know that you need a total reset, then we have what's called the 21-day reset. This program helps detoxify your body, restore balance, and promote significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds while building a foundation for lasting health. Now it's priced at $279, but again, we have that special. And you see here at day one, you see not a rib in sight. But on day 22, he's off to a great start with 30 pounds of waste gone. Now the proof is in the pudding, and we have three ladies here that is proof that was in the pudding. And that pudding was called Flat Belly Fuel and our Flat Belly Detox Plan. See, Minister Ernestine Davis at 64 and the other ladies on the brochure, they placed in a natural building contest. Guess what the products were that they used? It was a kind of the flat belly products. And see, Ernestine understood that switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped her lose belly fat, improve her digestion, and achieve fourth place in a bikini contest at 63 years young. Drop the mic. Tanisha, 15 pounds down at 21. Right? So, option number two is definitely going to include that personalized wellness plan for your blood type. Here's another 21-day reset results. Here's some more. Right. Just absolute result after result after result after result. 100-day result. Yvette transformed her life so much she put out a book to help other people. My guide to your 100-day journey to better health. Right. And so we have countless and countless of testimonies. Of our products. I'll give my own quick testimony with a product that pure hempranium. I was talking to the CEO about anxiety that I was dealing with, and she said, "Why don't you get you some hempranium pure?" And I said, "Okay, I got it. Couple of drops in my mouth. Oh my goodness. It helped with my anxiety. I mean, we have proven products to really help with whatever it is that you're going on, what that you have going on. So number four solution, transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. It's not good enough that you find out your blood type. It's not good enough that you do a 7 day or package number one or package number two. It's off to a great start, but you have to make a serious decision that you're going to change your diet and see a drastic improvement in your health. And you don't have to do that by yourself. We will coach you and help you through that, right? Then there's the solution number five. After you say yes, turn around and bless your family. Turn around and come aboard with us to break the cycle of generational illness. It can't just be you, right? God has created this thing to because it's bigger than just you. So we want to share the gift of health, inspire others to create generational health with your success story. You want to support your family's unique health journey. So ask yourself, what do I want? Generations of my family, my legacy, want to have happen for their health. Now, I mentioned earlier a product, Cranium Pure, which is a product in our CBD product line. Now, we want to let you know that we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well-being. So it would not be right for us with all of the knowledge, all of the information that our medical advisory board has researched and brought in and shared with us to not correct some miseducation that's out there. So we're going to talk a little bit about cannabis. See, we understand that cannabis as a holistic solution is an answer for many people in our community. Unlike pharmaceuticals that often target single symptoms, cannabinoids interact with the ECS, which is our endocannabinoid system, to provide systematic benefits. So, not just one area, but the entire body. And it's offering a more natural approach to health and wellness. And simply put, it brings the body back into total balance. So, some people, right, may need more than just the cleanse. So when you sit down with the person invited you, and if they're not a coach, you want to definitely have them sit with get with a coach as well, right? Because we work as a team, and let's walk through some of these things. See, we understand that cannabis and the blood type diet could be a complete program. Why? Because cannabis also reduces inflammation, helps manage stress, and improve digestion. So when we look at A, blood, we understand that the lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart diseases is a factor. Susceptibility B, blood type, is a susceptibility to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders. O's, higher risk of inflammation conditions, arthritis, and over acidity. ABs, like myself, is sensitive to digestive and immune stressors. We may need a little bit more. So by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced and harmonious approach to wellness tailored to your unique biological predisposition. We don't have to suffer. Well, what is CBD? CBD is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp, and out of more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to delta 9 tetra tetra tetrahydro cannabinol, which is THC. Unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. Then THCA, it is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. It's a natural plant. And out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is non-psychoactive. It's a non-psychoactive precursor to THC. It's found in raw cannabis, the plant. Now, I do want to let you know that when you heat it, then it changes into something else, whether it's through smoking, vaping, or cooking. That THCA does convert into THC. I'm sorry, into THC, the psychoactive compound. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because you can take advantage of cannabis, right? And have the health without the high. So, one of the products that we have is the diamond. That's the full spectrum hemp flower, which you may need based on whatever it is that you're struggling with. And I'll name these, particularly like arthritis, autoimmune disorder, anti-inflammatory issues, neuroprotective issues, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and your knees, your back, your leg, cancer, right? They have the medical marijuana, right? Well, raw THCA aligns with plant-based diets, offering therapeutic benefits without the high, similar to juicing cannabis leaves or flowers. We have that. We also have the RSO concentrate. And this formula, it's been formulated by a Canadian medical marijuana activist using the whole cannabis plant for maximum cannabinoids, including THCA, CBD, and terpenes. Akana has followed this standard formula to deliver exceptional results. So if you're dealing with pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory issues, stimulant appetite issues, neurological issues, antioxidant issues, right? And you've tried so many other things, you might want to look into the RSO. Now for us, that's like, hey, I want to have an amazing summer. I want to look beautiful on the beach. I want to feel good. I want to look good, right? And I don't have a whole lot of time. We have what's called hemp Govee. Now I know you've heard of people who are doing all kind of injections and doing crazy stuff, taking medicine for diabetic medicine to reach the results. Well, we have such high integrity that our CEO and the medical board came together and created a natural product called hemp Govi. And it's packed with powerful plant-based ingredients. And hemp Govi works synergistically to target key areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. So we're talking about burning fat naturally, boosting metabolism, curbing your appetite, supporting your digestive health, and promoting an overall balance. And I'm telling you, it is exactly what you see, a game changer. And it's soon hemp Govi is here. So you want to get with the person that invited you and talk about your personal goals for your health. Now we have over 70 plus products. So I want you to lay it all on the line for them. Everything that you're going through, what you're thinking about, all this, so that they can customize some solutions for you. Because if you're a coffee lover, we have coffee. We have plant-based coffee filled and packed with all those benefits that we talked about. We have essential oils like black seed oil to combat stress. We have an amazing pain cream that's like none other, on contact relief, hair products. So you're losing hair, it's thinning out. Not only do we have trichologists on the medical board, we have programs and products just for you. And if you love to cook, we have what's called a garlic fire. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You want to check that out. So I know I went through a lot. So as I begin to close down, and thank you for being patient with us, option one is going to be that blood type kit with the blood type test. Option two is going to be without it. You're going to get a wellness plan, right? And here's our third option. Our third option is for the people who understand, right, that there's a thing called generational wealth and generational health. And here, becoming a partner with us, you can achieve both. How so? By becoming a wellness influencer or a certified coach. Because understand, when you try our products, you're gonna love them. You're gonna see results. No doubt about it, right? And you're gonna tell people, because people are, goodness, you look great. Now, what you would what I would suggest you do is position yourself to help them, right? While you're helping them, also position yourself for financial freedom. So what do I mean? You want to transform your health and earn income at the same time. So you want to gain access to all the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through, guess what? Your own very website. Here's what we understand, that the world is changing. The way we do business is changing. You don't have to be the one that handles it all, right? You can partner with us, right? We have an amazing corporate office. We have an amazing field of distributors who are very passionate about what they do. And we understand that influencers is the way of doing business now. So when you look at Stormy Steele and Lee, they got on TikTok and they got on social media, and Stormy, the first African American woman, in one session sold $1 million worth of beauty products. In 12 hours, Lee sold lipstick and made 1.7 billion. So I'm asking you to think about it. What we're sharing is a game changer. What we're doing is a game changer. And we understand that influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, to drive massive sales, and to create personal connections with audiences. We understand that those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital economy. And we also understand that influencer economy isn't just a trend. It's here, y'all. It's the future of marketing. I want you to know that anytime you share information, you are marketing. You are marketing that restaurant, that product, that whatever you share that you say, oh my God, it was amazing. You are marketing. Are you getting paid for that? We understand that the time is now. So you business people out there, right? The people that say, you know what, I want to leave generational health and generational wealth. I want you to understand that the influencer business is booming. Viral trends like TikTok made me buy it is just crazy, right? It has reshaped consumer behavior, driving millions in product sales. And the influencer market is currently at 33 billion globally, projected to reach 107 to 190 billion dollars minimum by 2030. My question is, how much of that is going to come our community and into your household? Well, if any of that is important to you, it hit home. Options for you to come aboard with us. Number one is the Wellness Influencer Pack. I don't have time to go through, valued well over $1,000, but for $399, you're going to get a 1-day reset. If you remember the picture previously, that alone was like $279. You're going to get bitters. You're going to get flat belly fuel, pain cream, your own website, social media one-on-one, full of training, a kind of certification. And you're also going to get paid as Pearl for 3 months. Now, you may not know what that is. The person that invited you will definitely break that down to you. But what I want to just say is you would leave a lasting legacy and impact your own community and beyond when you take advantage of this packet with all of the support that it offers. Now, you might say, hey, I also want to be a certified wellness coach like myself. 14.99, and I'm telling you, the information, the education that they gave me was absolutely, I was blown away. I said, I right after I took my test and my certification, I said, I'm going to get me a medical one of those jackets. That's just how deep the education is, right? And they're going to walk with you, talk with you, and get you off to a great start for $14.99. This package is well over $3,000. Take a snapshot, and you want to talk to the person that invited you and get off to a great start. Now, I shared a lot of information with you, but I want you to know our goal is to empower over 1 million families to improve their health and their wealth. And there's only 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and live longer than average, and none of them is in our community. So Akana said, you know what? The buck stops with us. We take ownership in creating a blue zone for our community. So we're asking you to come aboard with us in whatever level it is. And we want you to help us reach 1.5 million, I'm sorry, 1.5% of people in the United States to know their blood type and eat right for their blood type, because 1.5 million equates to 5 million people. And if 80% of the people reject us, we still impact 1 million people. And if they only spend $50 with us, we have brought in $250 million into our community. And I want you to know that statistics say that the first 100,000 to 150,000 people involved in the business will earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company. Right. So if you look, you got the formulation pioneering, then there's a huge jump of momentum, and then it stabilizes over once it reaches 500, a little bit over 500 people. Well, I want you to know Akana is celebrating their 6th year this year. I also want you to know that we're all African American owned. Not that we serve them all. We serve them all, but we want you to know there's a rich history here with Akana, because there were 4 African American women that started this company with the awesome and amazing CEO, Melissa Boston. Want you to know that Harvard Business School identified that if you select a company at least 18 months old, 90% of companies fail their first 18 months. I just told you we're celebrating our 6th year. And according to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500 100,000 people, it is a great opportunity to get involved. If less than 100,000 people, it's opportunity. Like, well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for being on this call with me tonight. But I want one thing, if you don't take anything away. I mean, if you only take one thing away, I want you to take away this. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. So I want you to get back to the person that invited you. Thank them. And then talk about what your personal goals is and on what level you plan to partner with us. Thank you so much. This concludes my presentation. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Thank you, Kayaetta.
You're welcome, Cherie.
Great
Thank
presentation.
you. Great presentation.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me just check in the chat to make sure there was no.
Outstanding.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley.
Wonderful.
It was a question in the chat, Kayaetta.
Okay, I'm looking now. Cecilia Hill, is she still on?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still on.
Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you on tonight.
Yes, thank you.
If a customer, her question, guys, is if a customer wants to buy the comprehensive test off our website, how do they get it if there's no wellness coach in their area? That is a great question. So, what area are you in, Cecilia?
My customer is in, well, let me back up.
Okay.
My customer, who is now a new distributor, yay, Vanessa Hobson. She's on the line now.
Right.
Yeah, here I am.
Vanessa.
She wanted to ask this question, so I wanted to ask it for her. The nearest person is in like an hour away from her.
Okay.
But in general, this is a question for anyone who comes to me, and maybe there's not a person close to them at all. Like,
Right.
you know.
Great question. And first of all, welcome to the family, Vanessa. We're so proud of you. We're
Yes.
cheering you
Thank
on.
Welcome.
and congratulations to you, Cecilia, because you definitely showed what it is that we do by reaching out and saying, hey, come join me. So we so appreciate your leadership and commitment as well. So to answer that question, we would find the closest distributor that scans that's close to that person, right? And then we have a system in place for doing that. So I think that and I'm going to write the name. If you can direct message me your phone number, what we can do is make some phone calls and find out who's the closest to her. And this is for anybody who has that situation. We'll find the solution. The closest person. And here's what I say. I fly all the time, even if I have to get on a plane, right? I fly, I've flown, for reasons it's just having fun or vacationing. This is life altering, life changing. It's about optimal health. So if they do have to travel a bit, it is worth every penny. So I think just coordinating that. We are in mostly all of the states. So it's just a matter of finding who's the closest to that person. And we will absolutely do whatever we can
Okay,
to,
great.
to make that happen for them.
Right. I know that Beatrice, I forgot her last name, is
In Maryland.
yes, so she said she's an hour away from Vanessa. So when Vanessa is ready, they are going to connect. But I was just wondering if there was any other way other than what, you just said. But thank you for that because that's what we did. I connected her with Beatrice, and when Vanessa is ready, she's gonna travel there. or Beatrice going to travel to her.
Awesome. And you know what else is a solution? Become a wellness coach and get the scanner. Get educated, because we coach, train, and develop you. And not only will you be able to have that, uh, you'll be able to provide it in your area, because if there's no one there in that
Mhm.
area, that market is wide open.
Absolutely.
Yeah, market is wide open. Thank you so much, Cecilia. That was a really good question, because if she had it, if Vanessa had it, other people have it. So great job. And then if you want a direct message, well, you said Beatrice, so that's great, because that's who, when I was in Maryland, I just moved back. I lived in Glen Burnie, Maryland, and Beatrice is who I was going to connect with, and she's absolutely phenomenal. And but my scanner came in time, so I didn't need to go down there. But she's definitely phenomenal and readily available to help anyone in that Maryland area. Any other questions before I disconnect the call? Okay. All right, all right. Well, I so appreciate you, Wakanda Nation, in the hands of God. That's what we truly are. And I'm excited about helping those million families. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.